So, in order for you to be a dragonfly, you kind of gotta know that you got that choice. You kind of gotta feel the pain of only being able to read off these 12 cue cards your whole life. But how do you feel that pain? How do you know that this is an ache that's got to go? How do you know? And this is the thing. Those 12 scripts, those 12 screens, the whole holographic complex of the stone tomb are kept together, kept in action by something very simple. Something very simple. Drugs. Not just the hard drugs like meth or coke, crack. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about everything and anything that you do to placate the inside you. The ache inside you. That feeling inside you that something is wrong. That sensitivity that gnaws at you all the time. So there's got to be something that takes you out of that feeling. It's your drug. You're addicted to it. Might be multiple addictions. But unless you get in touch with that addiction, with that drug, you're not going to have your 12 dragonfly wings. Because to become that dragonfly, you've got to feel the pain of not being a dragonfly. You got to feel the pain. That pain is your best friend, but the narcotics take you out of the pain, and the narcotics take you out of the dragonfly altogether. The narcotics keep you a bumper car. The narcotics keep you in the stone tomb. You don't understand. You don't get it. The narcotics keep you transfixed on the 12 screens everywhere you look. Because if you don't narcoticize, you start to feel the pain. You're like, these scripts suck. I kind of feel like I've been here a million billion times. And of course I have, because I was born in this stone tomb. I came out of the uterus in the stone tomb. The 12 screens have been around me my whole life. Now the content shifts from day to day, second to second. But the fact that there's always 12 screens no matter where I go, and of course they span the entire height, width of the stone tomb. Right? And you put your hands, and it seems like, oh, I can put my hands through them. But you can't go any further out. It's just as far as you can stick your hand. You never notice that? You can't go farther out than where you stick your hand. You can walk forward, but you can never go farther than your hand when it's stuck out. Same with these screens. So yeah, there's just an orb. You're in an orb. 12 screens from the bottom to the top. You're rolling around like a marble, and of course you're nauseous. You're nauseous because as you roll around, you're going head over heels, constantly somersaulting, and then you're crashing up against another marble or another bumper car. It's perpetual vertigo. It's the nature of your life. It is the nature of your life. So there's something inside you that does not like this, but being so discombobulated all the time, being so overburdened with this information from the screens all the time, puts you in such a tizzied state that you've got to narcoticize. You got to drug yourself because you're either nauseous or agitated or confused or anxious. You can't ever just be clear. You can't ever just be serene. Because you're always rolling around, you're always head over heels, and there's all these information data points coming in from the screens. Of course you're going to be a drug addict. It could be video games, it could be alcohol, it could be cigarettes, it could be binge watching TV. Anything to put you out of the ache, to dislocate you from the gnawing inside that says, this ain't right. So there's two things. This ain't right, and maybe there's something else. Those are two different things. Because right when you say maybe there's something else, boom, the 12 screens just got right into your back and became the dragonfly wings. And that's very important when the 12 screens become the dragonfly wings. Because guess what happens at that point? You're in an orb. You can see it. It's made of stone. And now you can't see through it because the screens were the ones that made you, allowed you to see through the stone orb. So what you lost is the illusion of all this freedom that gave you this impression. But the impression was wrong. The impression is that you are free when you're not. And you would know that if you didn't always narcoticize yourself, if you weren't an addict. But once you see that, feel that ache, and you say something else has got to be the case, screens collapse and go on your back. The dragonfly wings emerge, and there's a stone orb. You're inside it. The tomb from birth. The tomb that will take you to death.